So today I'm going to answer a question from one of our Telestalks business readers, Liz, who wants to start a business but is scared and wanted my advice on how to get started and overcome that fear. So there's a couple of things for you to keep in mind. The first, why are you starting your business? And I try to get excited about it. So why is it that you want to start that business? What are you really excited about? What are you passionate about? Who do you think you can help? Where do you think you can add a lot of value to? And let that fuel your excitement, right? You should be excited to wake up every day and want to do something with your business. If it's something just to make money and doesn't really interest you, then maybe you should look for a different opportunity that you can get more excited about. So if you look at every famous successful entrepreneur, they had that burning fire inside of them to want to start that business because they had a passion for what they were doing. So let that fuel you and let that get you excited and want to move forward with your company. The next thing to kind of reduce the risk and the fear is start part-time. You don't have to start full-time, quit whatever job and income source you have right now. Start on a part-time basis. Start for 1 hour a day. Start on a small scale, let momentum build up, let you start to get excited again about why you're doing this business. Let some customers potentially start coming in, start talking to people, get that momentum going with your business. It's better to do something on an ongoing basis, even if it's as little as 1 hour a day, just to start building up some momentum with your company, and that fuels you to want to keep going. So you don't have to start full-time, start part-time, talk to your customers, get close to them, make sure you're building a product or service that really helps solve their problems, and continue building around that. The last part, again, to also make sure you're reducing your risk is don't spend money until you're making money. Whatever business you're in, you usually don't have to spend a lot of money to get it started. And you can start, especially if you're doing a service type of based business, the only amount that you have to invest is your time. And I encourage entrepreneurs not to focus on how much resources you have, but how resourceful you can be. And that's going to be what determines your success. So don't start spending a lot of money. That's what's scary, right? You're going to lose whatever nest egg you built up for yourself. Spend a lot of time building it up, talking to customers, getting close to them, understanding their pain points, seeing where you might be able to help. And then as money starts coming in from small sales that you're able to make, then you can invest that back into your business and you have cash flow to start supporting your company. And eventually you can get to the point where you can quit whatever job you have, whatever other income sources you have to take up your time to focus on your own company. So get excited about what you're doing. Let that fuel you. Let that kind of get you going, get your juices pumped up to want to get that business launched. Remember, you don't have to start full-time. You can start on a part-time basis. And don't spend a lot of money. Don't spend until you're making money. Try to focus on making that money first before you start letting it flow out of your wallet. Because anybody can spend, but not everybody can earn. So that should be your focus.
Self-confidence comes from doing difficult things. Every time you come across something difficult and you don't do it, you're telling yourself that you suck. But every time you find that difficult task and you go for it, you're telling yourself you're amazing. Until you start showing yourself that you do difficult things, you'll never get the confidence that you need, and you'll constantly live a life below what you know you're capable of. So I recently got back from a Vid Summit, an event in LA. I went to meet Matt Gielen as well, who's one of the top YouTube experts, somebody who I like to collaborate with and I take advice from when I have questions. And he suggested splitting up my channel even further on YouTube. Splitting my channel up even further on YouTube so that the main channel is only Believe Life and the Top 10 series has its own dedicated channel. And so he suggested I split up my channel in, I want to say March. We did it in March. I split up the channel in March. Even this video is on a different channel. It started in March. And now I'm filming this in November. So far, none of the smaller channels have really taken off. I could see it working longer term. It's been a much longer journey than I thought would happen. Welcome to entrepreneurship. And so when I went to go meet him in LA, he said, Evan, you got two options. One option you're really gonna like. The other one you're not gonna like so much. Like, okay, let me know, what do you got? Option number one, which is the one you're gonna like, is bring everything back to one channel. Put it all back on one channel and just keep making as much content as you can across one channel. Like, okay. Option number two is split it up even more so that you have one series per channel. So you're not gonna like that because it's a lot more work. And he doesn't know me well enough yet to know that I love the difficult, I love the work. So then I asked him, well, I'm not afraid of the work. Assuming the work wasn't the problem, which one's gonna do better? Which one do you think would do better? There aren't a lot of case studies. There aren't a lot of people who've done this, right? There's nobody in my industry has done this. Nobody in my industry was making 3 videos a day to start with, let alone then split it up into multiple channels. Splitting it up will work better. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. In the moment. Even though it's scary, it's difficult, my heart's beating, like, all of that work that went in. Moving to top 10 series. This is one of the most iconic series on my channel, right? My first Kanye West video that started the whole thing, and we're moving it onto a different channel is heartbreaking, but also progress, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That's the ultimate goal. But sitting on that decision for a month doesn't help anything. The worst thing that can happen is here's a scary thing that I don't know if I want to do, and then waiting 3 months to make a decision and losing 3 months of momentum. That's where most people fall down. Nobody knows if this is going to work or not. Matt has a theory. I have a theory. We're going to test it and see. Nobody's done it. We'll see. It might be the greatest move of all time or the stupidest thing I've ever done. I don't know. We'll see. I won't know until I go off and do it. And therefore I have to do it. That's the mindset. And so in the moment, say, yes, we're going to do this thing. We're not going to dilly-dally along. Dilly-dally. We're not going to procrastinate. We're not going to wait, right? Because momentum is our friend. We need to get as much momentum as possible. And so in that meeting, we laid out, okay, a month transition for me to get the people on my team on board, for training, new people switching roles. There's a lot of work that has to happen to coordinate all these extra channels. What's an aggressive timeline? A month. Okay, great. Then we're gonna do it in a month. I got back from LA, and then I said, I can't wait a month. Even though that's the aggressive timeline, a month is the aggressive timeline. I can't wait a month. It's gonna destroy me. Just the way that my mind works. Like, I need it to happen right now. It's the only thing I can focus on. This has to happen. I'm not gonna wait a month. And so I messaged everybody on my team and said, here's what we're doing. And yeah, it's gonna happen this weekend. I got back on like a Tuesday or something. Like, by this coming weekend, we're gonna launch the new channel. We're gonna split it up. We have to figure out all the roles, responsibilities. We'll figure it all out. We're gonna make mistakes. Here's the thing. We're gonna make some mistakes. It's not gonna be perfect. We've already made a bunch of mistakes, and huge credit to my team, because the mistakes that we made are not major. You probably, unless you're like insane, super hardcore fan and massive attention to detail, didn't catch them. They bother the crap out of me, but we didn't make that many mistakes, and we put it up. And so it's being comfortable with making some mistakes, because momentum is your friend. And so that's how you gain confidence. By doing difficult things, by saying yes, by taking on the challenges, by diving into the unknown, because you might make a big mistake, or it might be the greatest thing of all time, but you won't know until you go off and try. But I love believing in my ideas. I think they came to me for a reason. I think I asked for guidance for a reason. And so I need to move forward, 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 not still. If you want to know the #1 thing that you need to start practicing daily, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. Difficult things are amazing. Difficult things are the best. Difficult things are the only way that you grow. Think about it. What's the opposite of difficult?